Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back. Hopefully everybody's ready for the weekend. Good to see you all. Good to see you, Lawrence, Charles, everybody, Grant, everybody on YouTube, Facebook Live. Welcome back. I'll tell you, it was another exciting day yesterday. A lot of nice action. This week was such a very big earnings week. We got some nice, great crashes in the market. I know Josh is doing the swing class today at 12 o'clock, talking about risk management, part 2. So if you haven't signed up, make sure you're in that class also. If you want to find out, just talk to our education advisor, let you know about that. But regarding about the swing trades that we got going on, regarding about the day trades, all I could say is this. One of the greatest things you learn as a swing trader, okay, and you all know that I was a big fan of Amazon. And I'm like, and we did well on Amazon. When Amazon had this big crash right here, and just on a swing trade, you could see it right here. It was up to the 70s. It came all the way down to a major support levels right around this 105. Held there for a while and started to go up. I know a bunch of us got into about like 110, 115 because it started making like a triple top. And we had this nice spike. I think we all got around 130. It started going down. It started breaking down. Once it made this, and remember, this is exactly how day trading works too. Started breaking down and it says, let's get out of it. If we didn't get out right around the 130 or 120 and just even took a fraction of that profit, look what ended up happening. It dropped down to $90. And this is what kills me. Everybody looks at stocks that we trade. We're going to talk about some of the big winners that we had yesterday and this week and so on. But everyone's always making like, oh, I never heard of these stocks. Oh, I was always taught you got to deal with the brand names like Amazon. Oh, yeah, great, no problem. How is that working out with Facebook? Where's Meta? Facebook got destroyed from the day before. 130 all the way back down. It dropped all the way down to a price around in the 90s. Okay, so just when there's an old saying that my good friend mentor Frank Farrar always taught me. He says, Fausto, once you think you know about the stock market, you know something about how to trade the market, you're gonna lose all your money. I'm like, why is that? Because it doesn't matter what you think. It's what they think. All right. We saw what happened with Boeing. We saw what Meta. We saw what Amazon. I mean, who's next? Google. One good thing is Snapchat did come back though. I'm going to bring up Snap. Snap. We had a little bit of a bounce late. Ooh, getting a big run on Amazon. Somebody just came in there. Just saw some big volume. Just showed up on level 4. Just came up. Hold on. Sorry, it's bouncing around here, but yeah, you see a little spike that just came in right here. Just saw a big spike here on my level 4. You could see it right here. Big buyer right here. Not too much at 95 for about 25,000. All right, we'll talk about that later. But anyway, overall, it's always nice to get up every morning. It's always a nice, exciting day. There's always something new. But today is Friday, so we don't want to get too cocky and get too greedy on days like today. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the best days. So anyway, let's talk about what happened yesterday, and let's talk about what's moving this morning, because there are a couple of the pre-market wasn't that great, I'll be honest with you. There were a couple of things that kind of did pretty well, but that was it. But let's talk about what happened yesterday. I want to start off with the AGFS, okay? So AGFS was a really nice little inexpensive stock. Right around here, you could see it had some good pre-market. It was slow. It wasn't a big mover. It wasn't a fast mover. But you know what? She was cheap. She went up about 20, 30 cents. She wasn't like, the EPX that we traded the other day. And for some of you, this was probably our best winner of the week. This one right here. This was on Wednesday. It ran from $1.80 all the way up to about $5 a share. And if you go on our Twitter, if you look at our YouTube, we can go back. We were trading this stock, was on our watch list, before the market opened up. And you know what? You didn't have to make that much. You could have got in at like $2, sold at $3, jumped back in around $2.80, got in at $4. I mean, this thing was moving all day. But so far, that has been probably the best stock of the move of the day. She is moving again this morning, so I am putting it back on the watch list. EPIX. Oops. Darn it. I hate when I do that. Close my screen out. Hold on. Just open it up again. X out of that screen. Bring it back. There we go. All right. So that one also is moving pretty decently. What else that we had that moved yesterday? So, Shop. Oops. So SHOP was awesome too yesterday. I mean, that thing was probably as good as IPIX. That thing ran from like $29 to $30. You could see right here around 9:30, and then you could see it's just a really good pre-market. And then right around 31, bam, this thing to 10:30 went all the way to $34. Really nice move. Had a nasty shake. Now, this stock, if you're a student of ours, you know the big things that we teach you at Cybertrade University is not how to make money, it's how to control losing it, okay? That's the biggest hurdle that everyone has to learn. I don't worry about winners. The winner, you got to learn how to trade, all right? You don't need someone to tell you picks. You don't need somebody to kind of tell you, just tell me what to do. No. First of all, that's illegal. We can't do that. And if it was, I wouldn't do it anyway. You need to think for yourself. I'll take you fishing. I'll tell you where the fish are. There's like, and I repeat this every morning. It's in the Bible. Feed a guy, feed a man to fish. You feed him for the day. You teach him how to fish. You feed him for life. That stock right there. The big things that we teach are the 3 T's: tradable, trend, and trap. If you can't get past the first T, you should not be trading that stock. So anyway, so the stock was like more in the category 3 level. A little bit more in a faster type of stock. It is a little bit. I mean, don't underestimate. Think like, oh, it's only $33. We're not talking about $100 stock. Oh yeah. No, this stock got volatile a few times. A couple of the stocks also, we know about Meta. That also had a nice little bounce yesterday. And you could see if you didn't take your profits early, it went right back from 102, right down to 98. View was phenomenal. This thing. So View, let me tell you, today at, 11 o'clock, I'm doing an open house. All right. And you're all invited. I got some great screenshots of this. This stock was a phenomenal trade. At 9:30, it ran from $1.20 to 10 o'clock, past 10, it ran all the way to $1.90. And then all of a sudden, which you know what our big thing is, huge iceberg order. The guy nailed it. And you saw him coming. He was there. I have it. You're going to have to wait until 11 o'clock. I'm going to show you. So if you're on YouTube, you got to come up. If you didn't see that order out there, and believe me, it's not one, it was several orders. If you didn't see that order out there, boom, you would get crushed. Now, don't look at this, because it's this is normal in the stock like that. Horse shit. They do this on every single stock, okay? It's a lot easier to see it on stocks like this, but you're going to have to wait till 11 o'clock to come back and see that. By the way, getting back to Amazon, there's a really big buyer that's sitting there at 95. Let me just show you right here. You can see some orders are showing up. So stock, if since we started about at 850 at $95, you could see how this big iceberg order just came up, and you were already at 96.80. So you had a pretty nice winner right there. So as much as you think like, oh, Amazon is getting down, I mean, listen, granted, it's a brand name stock. It does move pretty quickly. If you look here on this chart, let me just show you how awesome this data works, okay? You bring this back to a 1 day. Look at right here. You see how the stock right here? I mean, I don't know what more I have to show you, but like, this is like, it's like common sense for crying out loud. Look at the big support level, how it went from 98 all the way down to 95. Went back to 96, back down to 95, okay? Do I need to tell you any more? Boom, right there. It's the big buyer out there. If you're not following the orders, okay, you're trading blind, fellow traders. But let's go and see what else is out there, because it's not just Amazon. And please, don't go out there and tell me I can't afford Amazon, but I'll trade the options, okay? That's how you blow up your account, all right? So anyway, here's a stock that's moving pretty decently. INVL had a nice little movement right around 8:30 from like 32 almost to 40. The bad thing about this stock, it's a category 5. It's a fast-moving stock, so I wouldn't put this on my watch list unless I'm extremely desperate. So even though it's up 62%, scratch it. Next stock that looks pretty decent, which is obviously a little bit cheaper, is SPRC. Traded 1.7 million shares, got a good trend. Beginning of the year is about $7. She just started moving around 8:30 this morning at $1, turned to $1.20. I had somebody the other day I was talking to, okay? And I laughed. I totally laughed my ass off. I said, listen, we're not for you, okay? He comes up to me, he goes, you know what? I don't like the Fausto, what the hell's a dollar? I mean, I want to see things that move $3, $5. I'm like, well, let me do the math. You bought at 500 shares of that stock, and it moves 50 cents. Thinking about a dollar, or 50 cents on 1,000 shares, $500, $100,000 salary. How much you making? And let me tell you how much he's making. He's been trading for 2 years, and he's down $20,000 in his account. But he wanted to find a big one. I said, listen, do yourself a favor. Don't mind if I'm a little brash, because I am. Okay, don't take it against me. Close your account. Go back to your old job. Oh, I can't go. I want to retire. Go back to your old job and start interviewing mutual funds, okay? And give it to somebody else, because all that money you worked for the past 30, 40 years, forget about your Social Security, your IRA, everything. You're going to blow through it. If you're that ignorant, you're not going to listen. And if you feel, I mean, do you make $500 a day? You know what I mean? Like, so please don't misconstrue that just because they're cheap stocks, they don't move. And that's where people have this misconception. Let's go on and see what else is going on. So we have this HTCR. Now, this stock also, like I said, this is the one that also moved pretty nice early yesterday, but she's kind of flat right here. So, I mean, even though she's the biggest, she's number 17%, biggest percentage gainer. The stock's been moving pretty nicely, but it's not really tradable. You all know about Intel. Intel also had earnings announcements yesterday, gapped up a little bit. I'll tell you, at least this is a little bit more tradable. It's funny. I remember 30 years ago, this was like the Google of stocks. I mean, like the Microsoft. That was like, iOmega. I don't know if you guys remember that. Gill Sciences is moving pretty decent. This is all garbage. All right. The stock's a reverse stock split. Just by looking at it, garbage. So we know Amazon's on the watch list, so that one's moving pretty nicely. You could see how that they're calling it out. Which another thing was pretty cool about this. Look at this on 95. You see this right here? All the way up until about 7, 8 o'clock last night, it was major resistance levels. So I don't know if that was Bezos saying, I don't care, just buy it. I don't care. Just, you know what? I already lost half my value. So it's terrible. The stock is just getting crushed. Let's go hop over here in the New York Stock Exchange. Anything going on over here? We got a nice little cheap little stock right here, QNGY. Let's go hop and see what's going on in the market on QNGY. Let's see what the orders are. But she did move pretty nice at $1.50 or $1.90. The stock was at $140. Go out there. You want to? You think that worked out well for those people? I don't think so. You know what? There was a ladder. It doesn't look good. There is there's a 11,000 share buyer at $1.72. So you could see it's kind of holding right there. How long has he been out there? Not the longest. Not the longest. We'll probably on to do. Pinterest, obviously earnings came out on pins also. Another stock that we had a swing trader. I love Pinterest. You know what? But then my love for the stock probably almost got me in big trouble because it almost broke my heart. And we all know about getting broken hearts, falling in love with somebody. But this stock, we saw it go from 70. I jumped back in, got out. I think I lost money on Pinterest. And good thing I did, because if I didn't get out when it broke this support level around the 70s, it went all the way down to about $17. So she's starting to move up pretty nicely too. It's not a really old stock, Pinterest. I think she went public about 2 years ago, but not doing too well. TAIL is moving pretty well. Now we know the Chinese stocks. We were trading Chinese stocks, EDU, TAIL, a whole bunch of them. This one's moving pretty decently. There's another stock was $100 all the way back down. It dropped to about $2. Listen, you want to play fire with these stocks? You kill yourself. Chuck, I did see KOLD in the Cyber Group room. Just, we all know it's a little bit more of an ETF, which makes it a little bit more difficult to read, so I'll be very careful of that. Other than that, everything looks like garbage. There's not really that much. You got a couple of stocks again crushed here. I don't really see anything else out there. All right. Anything else that we did not see, everyone? We got about 15 minutes till the market opens up. It is Friday. It's not the greatest list. That's perfectly normal. We know how to trade through Fridays. But we also know that things do move when the market opens up. So we will have another list that goes on. But anything I'm missing, I did not call out. Grant, yeah, Grant, we do got the EP. We did slap on the EPIX on here. So we'll keep an eye on that one. A couple of other stocks that we're doing pretty decent on. Like I said, I'm a fan of these two stocks. Merck is doing awesome. You know, Merck obviously breaking all-time highs. Future highs looks pretty good. Just be careful when getting suckered into some of these brand name stocks like the Metas and the Amazons. These stocks are very, very, very volatile. But for some of you here, I got some really good slides I want to show you at 11 o'clock. And if you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, if you miss it, you could just go to our website and you could always get the archive of it and watch it again, all right? So let's get ready for the market open up, everyone. Don't forget, today, Josh at 12 o'clock after my class, he's doing a swing trading course, lesson 2. He's going to talk about risk management, so don't miss out on that, all right, everybody? Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Be safe. We'll start commentating when the market opens up. Everyone on YouTube, we'll see you back here at 12 o'clock, and we'll see you back at 2:30 for the afternoon to finish out the week. Happy trading, everyone, and trade safe.